What up, y'all? Y'all know what it is. Your boy Big Boosie is in the building, man. In the building. Your boy Big Boosie. Y'all know what I do, man. Make sure you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Appreciate everybody that show love. Appreciate the cash apps. Appreciate everything, man. And I want to give a big shout out to my sponsor. If you're in the North Carolina area, make sure y'all check out Body Design Massage. Y'all can check it out. Check her out on her Instagram page is body_design_massage. If you're all in the Triangle areas, Chapel Hill, Raleigh, Durham, Wilson, I think she said a few places, man. That's in this area. Clayton, what else? I don't want to forget nothing. Definitely Durham, Bull City, Chapel Hill, Wilson, Clayton, Raleigh. That's pretty much these surrounding areas where she will drive to you guys. So y'all hit her up in her DM. And she's making moves. So y'all get to check it out. Y'all hit her up, man. Body by Design. Body by Design, man. I appreciate you, Body by Design. Salute. So yeah. I want to get into a few things, man. These are the things I'll be talking about a lot of these podcasters. A lot of these podcasters always got something slick to say, talk about when it comes to celebrities. Always want to talk about the negativity when it comes to celebrities. For algorithm purposes, which leads to making money purposes, because the more views you get, the more money you make when it happens on this YouTube streets. And at some point in time, is it about creating a good show, creating good conversation, or just creating gossip? That's why a lot of people call it basically like it's gossip when a lot of these cats do it on their platform. Those are a lot of platforms that's easy to take off and be humongously big, because due to the nosiness of people, they want to chime in and see what this person is actually talking about. Even some people just do clickbait just to reel people in, and they get big numbers. Then when the people is up there, they get mad and go in the comments, this is clickbait, this is clickbait. Because y'all base your world off of watching podcasts, off of being nosy. When people want to speak positive things, y'all do not want to chime in. Y'all don't want to chime in on positive things until you see something negative. Or a negative thumbnail, should I say. And those do numbers. And I'm only saying this to say right now, since this Epstein file came out, a lot of names been being named, and a lot of things been thrown in the air with the Epstein files, and you know, we haven't really heard nothing concrete yet since the Epstein files came out. They just saying people's names has been mentioned in the Epstein file, And so what if a person's name is mentioned in those files? It doesn't really say what they was doing. Some of the people that was doing things with him been charged. Like the lady that was bringing people, or should I say girls, over to him, they charged her. And she went to, and she, I guess took it to trial, whatever, lost trial because it was proof against her bringing kids, and or should I say females over to the island to do things and certain things and however it may go. But you know, now that they finally released it, because it's just been a big buildup of when are they going to release it, and it never would get released. It was like they were saying powers to be is fighting to keep those files, I don't want to say hidden, because they wasn't hidden, not able to be produced. Now they are able to be produced, or should I say has been produced. They're saying names of people and celebrities and stars, celebrities, what, all the same thing, but you know what I'm saying. That's what's supposed to make this thing a juicy thing. Brooklyn Tune, what up? This was supposed to make it juicy because the celebrities are named in the files of a person like Epstein that was charged with, you know, being a pedophile and all that, going to jail. And sometime in this world, just because what another person do, even though you've been invited to their parties and things of that nature, even when they say puff parties, I'd have been to a puff party, we partied, but even though it got shot up that night, Puff fell off stage at where we was at, CIAA in Charlotte. It was a party in a hotel, and Puff fell off the stage, and you know, things of that nature. But just because people get or is at a person event doesn't mean they do the same thing that the celebrities do when it comes to committing those type of crimes. One thing about celebrities, they all know each other, depending on what statute you are in. They'll hang out with you, but that doesn't mean that they let you know what they really doing on the inside, because sometimes they probably can't even trust you until they figure out that they can trust you. But they might have been doing a list. Now, a list consists of, if you throw events, even now, you throw events, the smart thing to do when you throw events is to keep a list of people email addresses, and you know, even if they give you their phone numbers, it's so if you throw another event, it's easy to contact them and let them know what you got going on. And that's what I'm looking at, these, you know, the Epstein files to be, with people whose names are on those files. It's just keeping a catalog of what you got going on with the event. Now, when these files come out, and there's rumors to be as if it's such a crazy thing because Epstein was considered, you know, a petty. That's what he got locked up for. It's rumors, because it's still rumors alleged. Nobody is locked up for it except for the lady that was considered a handler. And they, you know, that's the only one that ever got locked up since he allegedly or has passed away in jail. And then, you know, they sealed the files of the you know, the Epstein situation, whatever. Now the Epstein's files is out, but before they was out, they were sealed. And what they were saying and planting in people's head before they released it is the Epstein files going to consist of a lot of celebrities going to jail if they release it. So that's why they didn't release the files. A lot of politicians, a lot of big names, a lot of kings and prince and all that from other countries, and that's just been in the mental. So, you know, being that that's in the mental, now all of a sudden you know, the files has dropped. Everybody hearing about their drop. We're hearing names, and names is being mentioned, but there's still no charges brought up on nobody. Because to be honest, if they would have just dropped the files, I believe the government, the feds would have investigated it first before they even dropped the files to even go. Excuse me. They would have investigated those files, know who they wanted to go get, went and got them first, charged them, and let the files be dropped so the public could see what it is and why they went and got people. Why would they drop the files first and don't go lock nobody up? Give a person a chance to break out, run, you know, defend themselves from the bull. I don't know. Still wouldn't be able to defend themselves if the feds looked at it, but the feds move strategically, so we already know that. They're not gonna just drop no files on some very important, powerful people that might try to deflect what's really inside of those files. They're gonna do their investigation first. So to me, dropping those files and putting it out there and just creating up a whole roar of bull crap, it's kind of bull crap to me. It's my opinion. I'm just saying. But one thing I want to say, man. Mr. Stress said if it was black, they would be in jail. Yeah, they're going to investigate it first and then send you. Yeah, they coming to get you before they even let the files come out. And then when they got you, then they'll let the files come out to try to, you know, put that nail deep in the coffin. But they put it out and they naming names, right? So now since it's came out, they've been naming names and all that. Now Jay-Z name came up into play. Him and his wife moved to UK and got a house in UK probably at the same time these files came out. And now they want to say Jay-Z on the run and Beyoncé is with him. Look how ignorant a lot of these podcasters move and think. A lot of them base their podcast movement and ability off of these type of ignorance. It's ignorant to say something like that, right? Because now you got to look at this. Only one spoke up about it. No other podcast spoke up about it. None. Except for Cam Capone, man. Him interviewing the security dude, man. But Jay-Z was just at the Super Bowl, smiling, chilling with Beyoncé in his hand last night. No podcast picked it up. I waited all day just to see what podcasters was going to say, oh, wow, Jay-Z was at the Super Bowl, chilling. But it was just all last week, 3, 4, 5 podcasts talking about Jay-Z on the run. Went to UK. Is he on the run like Russell Simmons? All kind of different headlines. All kind. No different headlines today. Giving the man his props. That, damn, I messed up saying something like that. No podcasters even said that did make a story about him being on the run. Apologize. No podcasters that is big dogs out here in this podcast world came and even said and touched on it except Can Capone. That's the only one I seen. If I don't know about some other ones that I just didn't see it today, y'all drop some in the comments and let me know. But nobody said, "Oh, Jay-Z was at the Super Bowl, smiling him and Beyonce hand in hand." So what was these other podcasters talking about? That he's on the run. He ran the UK so he can duck the Epstein files. Look. This goes to show you how ignorant this podcast game turned out to be, man. For real. KOB said, if you didn't do ish, you got nothing to worry about. Big facts. And it wasn't like he was worrying about it. The point is how ignorant a lot of these podcasters are to put out bad and fake news. People like that put out bad and fake news shouldn't even get no love and support from people that listens, man. Mr. Stretch said they want to talk about Jay-Z. Trump's name is in there 1,000s of time. Yeah, they are. His name is definitely in there a lot from what they're saying, but they still haven't said nothing that could be criminally brought up against him. My whole point is nobody names that's in there has been criminally brought up. They just mentioning names that was in there. So it's all just good conversation. But they running off of the narrative of when they first was talking about the Epstein files and they are sealed and big politicians is fighting to keep them sealed because of what Epstein was charged with. So now in our mind, when they put it out now, finally, in our mind, we looking for people to be charged with it. So now that wasn't even the case yet. It doesn't even make sense. Nobody's even talking about what they was talking about the whole time the Epstein files came out. They putting Pusha T in it. I don't see Pusha T being a handler, but I can't say what nobody would do. But a lot of that just still sound phony, baloney. And a lot of these podcasters is doing it to get clicks and clickbait so they can make some money off of just somebody's names in there. And it's deep with how we think as a people. And I'm not choosing sides or nothing of white, black, purple, whatever. I'm just saying we quick to bring down one of our own black brothers for something that we don't really know what we talking about. And yes, Jay-Z has him and my bro Dame Dash don't see eye to eye on certain things and you know, things of that nature. But I'm just here to speak facts. If you want to say something about somebody, y'all should be saying all the right things. Because that right there is really corny, that people really was running with that narrative. Jay-Z went to UK and got a house, took Beyonce. I'm in my mind, I'm like, why would Beyonce run with Jay-Z if he did have something to do with that? I don't even get him involving his wife like that. He can't be that off the charts. I don't see Beyonce getting herself involved with nothing that's crazy. That didn't make sense to me when I heard it. It didn't make sense to me, man, when I heard it. Well, if they know they in UK, how they on the run? People that go on the run, you really don't know where they at for a long time. Then maybe later it'll seep out where they at. And they ran with it and ran with it. This is my big point. Why no podcasters came out with it today or even last night after the Super Bowl went off, seeing Jay-Z up there with Beyonce? None of them said nothing about, damn, I was wrong. Jay-Z wasn't on the run with Beyonce. And all the people that fed into that. They shouldn't be getting no love, man, for reporting fake news. That's fake news. To put out on a brother. Like, come on, man. What y'all looking for, man? If a brother really did something wrong, then let him get caught for whatever he did wrong. But you gonna put out something like that? That's wild. Like, that's wild. Mr. Stretch said, why would they be at the Super Bowl if they was running? That's my whole point of what I'm talking about right now. This is how we know they're not running, because they're at the Super Bowl. So nobody knew that they wasn't running because nobody seen Beyonce and Jay-Z on nothing. But the past 2 weeks is Jay-Z on a run because of the Epstein file. Nobody's seen him. Now, when he do come out, he's at the Super Bowl right here in the United States. And all the people that was putting out that fake information, nobody apologized to Jay-Z and his wife. Nobody. Anybody that entertained that dumb thought didn't apologize to Jay-Z and his wife. It's crickets right now. Only podcast I see speak about it because they said they didn't believe it neither was Cam Capone with the big security guard that did a lot of security, did security for a lot of celebrities. But they are speaking about it. But they wondering the same thing. And they said they didn't believe none of that. They didn't know what to believe. It didn't make sense when I heard it. Now, they've been saying a lot of things of, it has been people defending Jay-Z, saying that didn't sound right because Jay-Z in '96, he wasn't a big artist like that. Why would he be in the Epstein's file? He probably ain't even big enough for them to even want to let him even come and be around in their circle. Which kind of made sense to me. Like I didn't get it. But Harvey Weinstein, which is locked up right now for touching on women, he got a lot of time for it. So evidently they had him locked into something big. They now are trying to say that he's Jay-Z handler. And being that the Epstein files had Harvey Weinstein in it, they are trying to utilize Harvey Weinstein might be the key to why Jay was around and over there. Now, in '96, it showed backstage. That backstage documentary that Dame and Jay-Z and them and you know the Rockefeller camp put out, got Harvey Weinstein name on it. But it's not Epstein though. It's Harvey Weinstein. That still doesn't mean Jay-Z was with Epstein. Even if Harvey Weinstein was over there, still doesn't mean it. I'm not saying that he wasn't included in the Epstein either. I'm just saying, even if he did have access to go over there through Weinstein, doesn't mean that he asserted himself into what they was doing. That doesn't mean that. And my point is, a lot of these podcasters be taking things out of content just for content. For real. And I don't know the connection of how Jay started with Harvey Weinstein, but as far as I know, Dame Dash had got that deal with Harvey Weinstein for the Paid in Full movie. And that was back in 96, 97. One of those, don't quote me on it, but around that time, because a little later is when, you know, the filming started going on and it was happening. But he, $13 million film. Paid in Full was a $13 million film. I don't know all the way to the T, but it was a $13 million film. Harvey Weinstein backed it. It was Dementia Films with Miramax involved. And you will see Harvey Weinstein name on it. So, yeah. Cashier Marquise, appreciate you, bro. So, these are the connections that podcasters want to act like they are the YouTube detectives and putting things together and things of that nature, which I'm not mad at you. When you're a journalist, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to, you know, connect the dots and all that. But don't advertise fake information, man. Advertising fake information is whack, because it just leads up to a person reputation get damaged, a lot of money being lost, royalties, just all of the above, man. But nobody apologized to Jay-Z and his wife because they were saying that he was on the run because of the Epstein files. Went to UK, bought a house over there, him and his wife. And that would just be public information to buy a house. They on the run from the Epstein files. That sound crazy to me when I heard it. I'm like, man, that sounds stupid. And it wasn't no information about nobody getting or even an attempt to be arrested. It's crazy. Baby Jesus said, everybody not going to show you what they do behind closed doors. We know that part. People can't fault you for knowing them or being around because you didn't know. Whatever sense that means. But yeah, nobody gonna show you nothing behind closed doors. But those are all the reasons why you don't speak about nothing if you don't know about it. If they're doing it behind closed doors and it really haven't come to the forefront. Because now it have you looking like an ass when you speak about it and it's not true. And then when it's not true and you don't come back and say, I apologize, my bad for saying that, that says a lot about your character. Period. Real people do real things. That's why when you're on this internet, you got to make sure you're saying the right thing. But when you are doing it just to get some money, and people ignore it after the truth come out, and you still be up there watching a person that did foul stuff like that, that says a lot about you as being a viewer and a fan of that person. You'll let that person say something about anybody and get this person whole character sabotage, whole career sabotage. Like, who does that? They just was saying Jay-Z is on the run. I ain't seen nobody apologize yet, man. KOB said it shows there's a lot of stupid people in the world that believe everything the public says. Facts. That's what I'm saying right there. Baby Jesus said, just saying Jay-Z not wrong for knowing, homie. No, that right. I get what you're saying. And I wasn't directing that to you. I'm just directing that to the audience, because what you said was a good thing, and people need to understand that. But whatever Jay-Z know, he don't care about that. If his name not mentioned, as long as his name not mentioned in there with lies. Because if it was something that was big, they can't wait to throw his name out there real big that he did something bad. But they didn't, because they can't, because they'll get in trouble if they did. But they throw it out there to leave it out there for us to decide what we want to think. And then when the podcasters that get it and think negative push it out here to us to make us think something negative, the people that put it out there could say, we didn't say that, that podcaster said it. And the podcasters are wrong for saying ignorant things and things that is not true about him and his wife on the run going to UK. And I sit back all the time because I'm a podcaster now at this point. And I look at it, hey, I see why a lot of y'all blowing up. Because y'all put out false stuff, or y'all put out a lot of gossip about stuff, about celebrities and all that. And say what you want to say out your mouth about them, and know you'll have a problem with them if you might even run into them outside. Me, I'm the type of person that I will say some stuff that's negative, but turn it into a positive. Why it shouldn't be said, or why, or it could be the other way around of whatever the situation could be, if that makes sense. But I'm just saying, I wouldn't be out here putting up or talking crazy about celebrities, negative things about celebrities, so I can get my numbers up, because people definitely going to attract to the negative stuff because they are nosy to hear something bad before they hear something good about a person or a celebrity or a politician. Facts. Ro Williams, what up? So yeah, this is what I don't like. And I'm looking around like all day like I ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing about Jay-Z on the run no more all day today. Nothing about he on the run. KO, exactly. They want to run to the bank all day with negativity, man. Authentic Rap Wire said, exactly, great point. Yeah, no doubt. I gotta give you the great points, man. Got to. Because none of this don't make sense. And this type of stuff that bring our culture down. The Ghost said Jay's cardinal sin was he thought that by crossing over to white would be a form of salvation. I get it. I get that part. I don't even want to even go with a take on that. I get what you're saying. That be a lot of people that's in our culture problem. We think that we can, you know, join other people with doing the things that they do, but he has the right to think how he want to think and do how he want to do so. But that still doesn't give him the right, or give anybody the right, to make up fake rumors on a person. It ain't even got nothing to do with what color they are. But being that he is a black man that's successful in our culture, I look at it like, don't start nothing and start a trend, because it's going to be another successful black man after Jay-Z. So don't start fake rumors that is mixed up in white culture. Because that Epstein movement is majority white culture of what they got going on. Baby Jesus said, how you feel about 50 Cent saying he doing a doc on Jay-Z? I don't feel no kind of way. If he feel he could do a doc on Jay-Z, then I want to see it. If he got all his paperwork done where he can't get sued, then so be it. The GOAT said, by white, I meant mainstream. Now, I understood what you were saying, bro. I totally get it. I totally get it. A lot of people that cross over mainstream and don't do it the correct way, and they get caught up, how I want to say, doing it with the wrong people. Normally, when they finish utilize you for what they want to utilize you for, it don't look good. It normally look like it turns out bad. That's just to be honest to me. So I don't know, but I get what you're saying though. I got you, bro. Ghost said, and he was trying to distance himself from hip hop. A lot of other thing is, they were saying with the Barclays Center, they said they used Jay-Z to get inside. They pushed people out of their apartments and houses and things, like that. Made people think that he was an owner, and he wasn't an owner. And then they were saying 1%, but 1%, I don't know. 1% in Barclays Center just to utilize them, and I don't know, man. They were saying, I forgot the podcast that was talking about it today, that Barclays Center just pushed out and re-gentrified that part of that area and made people move out, and they used Jay to do it. And see, those type of things is wild. But I still like to speak about what I'm speaking about tearing a person down when it's not really real. Because there's going to be another black brother that's going to be successful and big and huge. And it's like they always keep coming for our black brothers. Now, it's really harder when the black brothers don't be tying themselves into that corporate world and ass kissing. That's why it's harder for us to make this place a better place, make this world a better world. Because when we do get in that seat with the white people, we kissing their ass because they got more power than us. That's why they use the word Uncle Tom. That's why when they see we about to make another move, when we can get, because we can get us in our culture in a better space, and they get a whiff of it, they send the police in and make up these conspiracy theories and get you locked up. It's very deep. It's very deep. The GOAT said hip hop 50th. Where was he at? Where was Jay-Z? Nas was there. LL was there. That's a good question. That's a good question. And see, those are the things, man. I gotta get that lady. I'm gonna put it in the description. And she was saying a lot of things of his disappearance with stuff. A lot of people were saying, you know, these are the things Dame Dash was fighting for against, you know, the white people that was in power and what they was doing at the time. And a lot of people turned their back on Dame for saying all the right stuff, fighting for all the right reasons. And then they utilize the white man to tear it down, create separation with something that was so powerful. Powerful. Can you imagine if Rockefeller was still together? Powerful. Can you imagine if Dipset was still together? Powerful. A lot of black people wouldn't have to worry about no jobs in New York, and it would have spread it so much that it would have went further beyond New York, upstate, Boston's. Then you still got the people in Boston's that was doing their thing, the Benzinos and all that, and all the way down to Atlanta, all the way, you know, LA. Everybody would have been powerful. It would have been a lot. T, what up? It would have been a lot of powerful people, man. And these are the things that I do my practices for. I'm trying to pull brothers together. I'm in North Carolina trying to create something big in North Carolina because I want North Carolina to be like LA, New York. Celebrities just come out and go party just because. When they come to North Carolina, they want 15,000, 20,000, 50,000 to come out and all that. They don't spend no money like that in New York for them to come out unless it's something that like a main event type of thing. In LA, gotta be a main event type of thing. And if it's gonna make a lot of money, it's only right to give the artists some money because that's what they do. That's what their job is for. So I get it and respect it, but there's plenty of times when artists just come and go hang out in clubs and be in there on a regular tip, depending on the height of the artist at that time. And some of them big still be out. They still be in there and be with their security right. They just feel like going out. They know they gotta take security, they'll take security, but they ain't nobody paying them the budgets that they're asking for. They going out just because. That's what I'm trying to create here in North Carolina. Which that's on the menu. Big facts. But my main point is a lot of these podcasters, man, they create a lot of drama all the way up to the fact of it'll push things so far, so fast, so hard that it tears us down as a culture. It opened a gateway for these people that is the evil powers to be to create cases against our people that's strong. That can create something big for our people. Good jobs. Even if it is in the entertainment field. Opening up something big. T said, my man from Greensboro and Raleigh, no doubt. Shouts out to your boy. Shouts out to Greensboro, Raleigh, Durham, Charlotte, Wilmington, Wilson, Winston-Salem, Greenville. I'm heavy in all them spots. Big facts. Clayton. That's where one of my sponsors is from. Body Design Massage. Y'all make sure y'all check that out, man. Fayetteville, heavy in all them spots. My sis got a club out there, Miss Tish. My brother and husband, Troy. Big shouts out to them. But, you know, we getting ready to make it happen, man. So we got a lot of things in the making, man. We want to create a lot of celebrities from right here also. Send them out. Go make money and bring it back home. We got my boy DY Nasty out here, which own a radio station, Hot 979. Hot 979, which everybody know we had some little altercations a few months ago, but all that's cleared is nothing. Still gonna support that radio station all day long. Hold on, y'all. My dog wilding. Go sit down, man. Go sit down, boy. But still gonna make sure we support that station. Shouts out to DY Nasty. Shouts out to Hot 97 in Raleigh. That's black-owned radio station. We need to create these celebrities. Or should I say blow these artists up to become big celebrities. Send them out to do shows in other states that want to book them. Bring them back, even though we got Petey Pablo that set it off. Legend. J. Cole. We got Tootsie. Who else? Excuse me. Who else we got? We got a lot of big artists from North Carolina now. But one thing I gotta say to a lot of my big artists out here in North Carolina, y'all gotta start coming outside a little more, man. You gotta start coming outside a little more, man. Got DJ Luke Nasty, North Carolina. That's High Point. Shouts out to High Point. We got the baby from Charlotte. I watched him come from bringing himself from nothing, not meaning nothing, because he come from a good home, good environment. Meaning he was started from the bottom. He used to come hang out at the clubs and all that while he was pushing his own craft. Okay, J Hood from out here too. Shout out to J Hood. The GOAT said, real brothers need an app where we can talk ish, talk business, send beats. That's a good idea, bro. For real. That's a good idea. Put that in my comments section, man. I'm gonna write that one down. And that's a fact. Especially from out here in North Carolina, man. There's too much great talent out here. Great talent, man. Chapel Hill, big facts. Big facts. Chapel Hill. Little brothers, and they from over there. Little brothers, a big group. Facts. Knife Wonder, big facts. That's my boy. Shouts out to Knife Wonder, Central's college finest, and he's a professor now, or been one anyway. But yeah, shouts out to Knife. That's my boy. Good people. Baby Jesus said, yeah, you're right, for sure. I'm from Detroit, and NC my second home. Facts. I know a lot of people that be going to Detroit, man. A lot. I think y'all like 10 hours from down here. Facts. It's time we make some noise and some moves and all that. Put NC on the map. Even though it's on the map, but it ain't on the map the way it should be. with these big celebrities we got here. J. Cole. Let's go with Petey Pablo first, because he set it off with North Carolina song. North Carolina, gotta give it to him. The baby, J. Cole, Tootsie right now, spanking him. Rock Hill, I know about Rock Hill. That's close to Charlotte. Shouts out to Rock Hill, man. Big facts. North Carolina, South Carolina, they cousins, man. So we can't forget South Carolina. I used to live in Greenville, and that's a fact. For real. Always going to Spartanburg, picking my people up from New York, come down and hang out. Then we'd shoot down to Atlanta, 2 hours away. Go to Atlanta, hang out, come right back home to the crib in Greenville, South Carolina. So I'm there too. Damn. You get me hyped up in it now. Yeah, the RDU, Bull City, definitely. We on the map. You already know that, bro, Williams. Florence, South Carolina. My boy G. My G, he's one of the promoters out there for my homie that work on the radio station out there in Florence. Facts. Henderson, NC. Facts. Shout out to Henderson. Noisemaker. Facts. All day long. Charleston, South Carolina, I was out there. We did a paid in full event out there in Charleston. And y'all can't forget, Florence got DJ B. Lloyd out there. B. Lloyd, what up? He work on the radio station. My homeboy managed him. Making noise. T said he originally from Southside Queens, 40 Projects area, but NC is his second home. No doubt. I'm from Harlem. NC is my second home. I claim it all day long. My brother Baby Wise, Supreme Team. That's my brother. That's what a Supreme right hands. He don't talk on these podcasts and all that, but you know that's my bro. Baby Wise used to be down here in NC with me. Facts. That's family, speed dial. But we get NC, man. We can't let them keep coming here getting this money and don't show no love. We just gonna let them come get 15, 20, 30, 40,000 and then they break out. No, it's time for us to create some stars from here and send them out to their towns. Atlanta, Tennessee, Florida, New York, all of the above. Like J. Cole is doing, like the baby is doing. I'm just saying we need more. We need more. I don't know how to take this one, man. M. Chanel said, just left a life where a white middle-aged man was wearing a dollar store wig and black dress with white nails. I don't know what that's about. That sounds wild. That's a troll. Bro Williams said, "Oh, we got some business to do in AC when you get through." Yeah, Marlo on my wire ish. I know that's right. Facts. So yeah, man, we got things to do out here in NC. Name of the game is sticking together. Once people learn how to put their projects out and everybody gonna support it, it'll force radio to play it. TikTok, all of the powers to be, man. That's what creates stars. We can't be mad. But a lot of y'all rappers that's out here, and maybe even R&B, when y'all say y'all gonna put out something, y'all say I'm gonna put something out. Y'all say y'all putting it out. It come out on the date that it was supposed to come out. We don't hear about it no more. Y'all don't do no promotion. If you're not running a 6 week, excuse me. If you're not running a 6 month campaign, I would say even a 2 month campaign. If you're not running nothing for, let's say 8 months, 8 weeks, which is 2 months, with pushing every day towards something, posting on your Instagram, posting on your Facebook, posting. Flyers, even if you got to go back guerrilla marketing, flyers in beauty salons, barbershops, clothing stores, and you ain't making that a purpose, you're not serious about your craft, and it's going to take you longer. The Ghost said, historians and AAM estimate that 80% to over 90% of all African Americans can trace at least one ancestor to the port of Charleston, South Carolina. Yeah, it's so many people from South Carolina and North Carolina all over the world, and really a lot of that come from down here. That's big, man. That's a fact. Journey said, would love to experience some more local music festivals in NC in the spring and summer. Bring the people out. Facts. A lot of people is caught up doing the line dancing stuff now, which is a good thing because it bring a lot of people together. Babies know how to do it. I can't even get it together doing that steps and all that. All that's good. But we definitely need to add some more like R&B, rap stuff also. We got to do that. And keep both of those type of events going, because it bring out a lot of black people and everybody stick together and be having fun, man. Everybody. So yeah. But for some reason, it just be hard to bring out local performers. Well, let me rephrase that. It'd be hard to bring out a lot of people in the massive for local R&B and rappers, man. It's just hard. It's just hard. T said, let's not forget about Georgia. I just said Georgia. I told you I lived in South Carolina, in Greenville. We used to go down to ATL. That's Georgia. But we don't even need to mention Georgia because Georgia is already popping. Georgia is now the mecca of hip hop. It is what it is. Can't take nothing from that. So that's why we need to mention that. But we can, being that you said it, bro. So I salute to that. I give it up to Georgia. LA had it for a minute. New York was first, but you always gonna go back to New York because it was created in New York. And a lot of things is getting, back in the groove for New York. But still, at the end of the day, they dropping hit makers. And the reason why Georgia's rocking, because they showing love out there. The radio stations, just what I was saying earlier, is pushing at least 2 to 3 regular artists that don't have a buzz and giving them some love. And sometimes those records just hit. Even if they one-hit wonders, they get a hit and they keep it rolling. Then they're gonna pull another 2, 3 in. That's what we need to do here. Our radio stations ain't really supporting. We got 1 or 2 jams in Greensboro that support. You got I want to say 97.9 in Charlotte, or it's one of them in Charlotte that the baby was using. They be supporting too. So yeah, NC needs another anthem like what Petey Pablo did early 2000. Facts. It's about time, right? Bring the NC legends together for a summer anthem. Facts. And that's needed. And another thing with our big artists from North Carolina, we can't be slaying our promoters out here with bringing y'all back to y'all neck of the woods, to y'all roots of where y'all come from. Give them a good price. Let them do something to keep your name and the love in your city for you. This goes for the big artists that comes from out of North Carolina, man. It's time to roll. I had one, and we're about to push his new movement. He's an R&B artist. He's from the Bull City, from Durham, North Carolina. His name is Rick Vocals. I had him signed with Rockefeller right at the time when Jay-Z and Dame broke up. Okay, a hug from Brazil, man. As long as you're a woman, I'll give you a hug. But if you ain't no woman, I'll give you a pound. That's it. Tomatic man in the house. But salute to Brazil, man. Appreciate y'all out there, man. But the artist I had is signed, he's from the Bull City. I got him signed with Rockefeller. His name is Rick Vocals. The year we got him signed, his song is on the Paid in Full soundtrack. It's called Ghost. And we did a video. The video, it was dedicated to Aaliyah. God bless Aaliyah when she passed away. They had a female that was in there dressed and looked like Aaliyah, and he was singing, and Dame Dash was acting, looking like he was looking for everybody that he was seeing that come in contact with him turn, look like Aaliyah. And he realizes the real person. Is like, damn. The name of the song is Ghost. Dame Dash, dedication to Aaliyah, sung by Rick Vocals. Y'all pull that up. It's on YouTube. The video's on YouTube. He would have took off. He was about to be a big artist until the breakup with Dame and Jay-Z happened. So I'm about to put him back out in perspective. He's one of the biggest, one of the hottest R&B cats from around here. I had him working with Kanye West. They was calling him the next R. Kelly. Before R. Kelly was accused of all this stuff, R. Kelly was still on top of the world at this time. Because my artist could play the piano and all that and sing all at the same time. Boy, talented. So we're about to release a new rollout with him coming soon. But this is the key. If North Carolina want to get there, man, we got to get together and stick together, man. People hearing about the artists. Make sure y'all share this, man. Y'all new in here, make sure y'all subscribe, hit that like button for me and all that. But it's a must that we stick together when we hear about new artists. But I want to let y'all artists know, you got to be serious about your craft if you want somebody to support you. Saying you dropping an album or you dropping a single, and then when it drop, you only talk about it for 1 day or 2 days. That's not how it goes professionally. You got to stay rolling every day. So I know it's hard because a lot of people don't have the money to do so, but try to figure it out before you do so, or think of another way to do it with a budget that you can afford that can be effective. There's still ways to do that. And these are the things I do. I help artists do that, man. The record label's only signing drill rappers because drill rappers is popping with that ignorance, because it's a lot of people that want to hear it. So when their numbers go up, see, once again, it's like hearing ignorant, negative podcasts. People want to hear it all the time. So that drill rap stuff is kind of dying out, but they're signing them because their numbers is up. They're not signing nobody just off the gate no more. That don't even happen. You got to have your numbers up. And 9 times out of 10, they get robbed because they didn't even know the game. Uncasa new Dave East video coming. That's a fact. I got new Uncasa joint coming also on the soundtrack from The Wrong Number. That y'all about to see any day now. The release date for that Uncasa joint. Durham has an ongoing session on either Tuesday or Wednesday at the bar on Fayetteville Street in Phoenix Square. Okay. Lots of good musician artists. Okay, I gotta go through there, man. Ray Sean said Uncasa always had a crazy pen game. That's a fact. He about to show y'all. We got some hot music from Un. And y'all go check out Uncasa interview on the Danza Report. He let loose a lot. He said a lot of things that people heard, but he let loose a lot of other things, man. When you have time, listen to let's say Ray Shawness MCs, a Brazilian rap group. All right, I'm gonna look that up. Make sure you hit me in with that in the comments. Uncasa a better rapper than Jim Jones lyrically. He just didn't get the mainstream success. Well, I wouldn't say who's better out of both of them. Jimmy's nice. Jimmy has his own style. Uncasa has his own style. They both great at what they do, man. Not even good. They both great at what they do. So I wouldn't play two different. They talk about two different things. It just is what it is. But yeah, y'all. To get back to what I was talking about, no podcast said nothing about they apologized to Jay-Z for saying he was on the run. Him and Beyoncé went to UK. Nobody. Nobody. Just seen him at the Super Bowl right here in the United States. I mean, a person can't go by their own house and do what they want to do without people gossiping. That's crazy. But yeah, Whack 100 coming in Max B. Everybody want to call somebody a rat. I get it. That's deep. Whole nother conversation. I'll get into that later. Y'all can check my other episodes out with me talking about that. There's too many ups and down variables of you can use the information that can hold his brother Pooh in jail, but there's other information that he can't. Pooh, if Pooh go to get a appeal, that they cannot use max plea agreement against Pooh. So we gotta get some lawyers. That if Whack 100 so solely on that, he need to get a lawyer to get up there and break it down. A lawyer of substance. And then again, it gotta be somebody neutral, because nobody won't believe it if Whack 100 got the lawyer himself. Somebody else gotta get it. You can't just call nobody a rat because you just heard a person say yes. Did you go do this to this, that? Yes. Did so-and-so go do to this to that? Yes. But people saying you can call it a rat. So, Baby Jesus said, this year you gotta give the streets a project, a big B movie, or automatic. No, that's coming, my G. That's already in the making. I appreciate you saying it, and my documentary, man. Facts. My thing is, if that was me, and they try to use another person that was my co-defendant, and the only thing he said or she said was yes. Yes. To whatever they asked them, I'm going to just say, that don't mean it's true because they said yes because you was letting them out of jail. If you would have asked them, do you eat doo-doo? And if he know he said yes or no, if he said no, he don't eat doo-doo, he got to stay in jail. But if he says yes, he eat doo-doo, he know he could come home, he gonna say yes. Will you jump off a building tomorrow if I ask you? And he know he better say yes, he gonna say yes. And when y'all let him out of jail, y'all fools for letting him out of jail. That ain't got nothing to do with me. He didn't break down, did you know your brother was gonna go and do this and that? Yeah, I knew that because he went did. He didn't make nothing, like, he didn't give detail. Only thing he did was say yes, yes, yes. That's my opinion. I don't know how the prosecutors can have the right to prosecute somebody without that person telling detail, without that person getting on the stand to tell detail. Just because a person saying yes, that don't mean that person that didn't go to trial yet is lying about what he about to say when he go to trial. How? How could it be? Why is the man or the one-man statement that y'all using that just said yes to everything y'all asked so y'all can let him go home, why is his word bigger than my word? To me, I don't understand it. What make another dude word bigger? See how the system work? The system work to keep another person in because they make it look like it's legitimate that they're gonna use somebody else yes plea agreement against the person. And that's supposed to be valid. How valid is that? What make him better than mine? That mean not judging no men. What if this man cuter than the other man, right? They gonna let him go because he cuter than the other man, right? But who the hell to say that he's cuter than the other man? The other people need to decide if he's cuter than the other man, and vice versa. What make this woman cuter than the other woman? She and instead of saying that she's cuter than the other woman, they need to let us decide that. But who makes that? How they greater? How this person greater than this person? How I'm gonna listen to this person opposed to this person? Didn't they say it's two sides to a story? So I'm just confused with how that works, and they get away with it in the court system. Somebody said his brother still ain't came out and Jack to say he told. He did say he told. He did on other platforms. He said it. He said it, but I'm just saying. They said WAC 100 cooperate with feds. We ain't seen nothing true about that yet, neither. We've been hearing it. So I don't know. I can't call nobody with all the stuff that's going around and they showing the paperworks on these videos. If I don't touch it and look at it, see it in my hand, not only that, they ain't even have no case numbers. The paperworks that I be seeing and knowing about got case numbers on them. I ain't seen no case numbers on the stuff with Max B, to be honest. But you might not see that because it's just a plea agreement that he pleading so he can go home so that he can't sue them for having him in jail for 20 something years. That's my thought process. So anybody got anything different to say about it, drop something in the comments and let me know where I'm wrong, because I don't know. I just see things as that's effed up that another man plead guilty because you about to let him go home means his word more valid than the next man. I don't get it. But not only that, the man went to trial already for the first time that they first got locked up. And everybody's saying he cooperated with this information. They use words that sound like it sound good and big. If he did all that, he wouldn't have been able to go to trial because he would have been already incriminated himself. So how could he even get on the stand to talk about something that he already told already the first time? That doesn't even make sense. Period. Baby Jesus said, it's crazy. Everybody who gets out of jail, the streets start saying they a rat. Facts. That's what I don't like neither. Y'all coming up with a whole new agenda with this street stuff with people that really went and pay their tithes to go to jail and do all this time, and then when they come home, now y'all calling them a rat. That's crazy. Did it with Big Meech. Never heard nobody say nothing about Meech in there being no rat. And when you go in them jails, where Meech was at, there ain't nothing in there but nobody, all them dudes in there ain't nothing to play with. And they don't care who you is when you was out here. If you was a rat, you could be the president. You go in there, you the rat, you gonna be cheese, you gonna be Swiss cheese. Period. Like, it don't even make sense. Now all of a sudden they do all this time, now they was a rat, they done came up with stuff, but there's still no follow-up of what was really what. It's all bogey propaganda, man. Unless we really, 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 really see. I don't really, really, really be seeing this stuff. That's why I don't really like to touch on these subjects. Because somebody always going to have something else to say to counteract it, which don't even make sense. But then you have people that don't even have logical sense. And they feed into it. And then the negativity travel faster than positivity. And then you got to be sitting going back and forth defending yourself. I'm not doing all that back and forth. I'm just a rational thinking person. I see what it really is with my own eyes, period. People want to compare Fab and Lloyd Banks. Fab smoking him in a verse, in a verses. I don't know, it'd be a good verses, but you know, you have your own opinion. I feel the same way. I like Lloyd Banks though. I like Fab. In my opinion, I like Fab better as an artist to me. But Fab got a lot of joints. Lloyd Banks got some joints. So that'll be a good versus. But, you know, we all got our own opinion. But you have to hear it and have the energy and feel the energy the night of. Because us sitting here saying it without comparing, and they got to pick their best records too. Facts. Levin McDaniel said, I agree, you got to feel the energy. Yeah, you got to feel the energy because they got to play all the right songs at the right time. Now we got a troll in here. Mr. Mark said, why you hate the Crips? You a troll, bro. You being ignorant. I'm not a Crip or Blood. I like all colors, and I wear what I want to wear. Don't ask me no ignorant stuff like that. Say that for the little young bucks. The energy and showmanship and timing, facts. Bro Williams said Fab will murk the whole G unit. Yeah, 50 gotta come on up out of dissing a whole bunch of other dudes and forgetting that, you know, the Fab conversation is still waiting. Everybody's still waiting. When 50 gonna do something? How Lloyd Banks get in the place of 50? But we gotta honor that it was 4 of them against 50, so he could bring out one of his gunners. But only thing about it is, Lloyd Banks wasn't with 5th when all this started, because Lloyd and 5th supposed to have differences. But if they set him aside, cool. Hey, I'll be with it. I ain't mad at it. He got to bring his ringer in. 5th ain't respond yet. He said he was going to respond after the New Year's because he was busy. New Year's came up. He on T.I. now. He on T.I. now. Before T.I., he was still talking about Jimmy and them. And so, you know, it's getting interested out here, man. T.I. definitely got a catalog. That's a fact. The GOAT said, dude, Fab freestyles are untouchable. Yeah, the boy is wicked. First of all, Fab switches up his styles. And when he switches them up, it still sounds like something new. Every time he do that. And he know how to do it to switch the style up to the beat that he's rocking off of. That's what makes Fab dangerous. He don't have the same flow over every beat, man. And even if he did, that means the flow that he did last time just complements the beat, a new beat that he got now. He just know I don't need to go nowhere else. I'm gonna stay with this flow on this one. And it'd be incredible. The boy mean, man. I'm sorry, the boy is vicious. Lloyd Banks, lyrical. Tack beats as well. It's just I still don't see him right there with Fab. That's my opinion. And Lloyd Banks is a great artist, so don't get it twisted. Great artist. I'm just saying, I just see it just a little bit more notch of Fab in my eyes. I know Fab when not know Fab, but when Fab was on mixtape, on Clue mixtapes, man. And I used to be like, yo, who is this dude Clue got, man? Every mixtape he was dropping with this nigga. Clue knew what he was doing once he knew the streets was feeling Fab. He was coming with another one. And I used to say, yo, whoever this motherfucker, this dude here is, when he drop an album, he's getting ready to blow all the way up. And he did. Never look back. My ear for music is tremendous. And that's a fact. Fab said the album gonna be the reload. Okay, it's getting interested out here, y'all. It's go time, man. It's go time. T27 of what said, I don't think Lloyd Banks can mess with Fab. I've been hearing that a lot, but I done had 2 or 3 back and forths with somebody. What? I'm telling you, yo, Lloyd Banks, what? You ain't hear that joint? Yo, this back and forth. But I've been hearing way more people saying Fab will get him. So I've been hearing that a lot. Move 16 say y'all don't want to admit two better than Fab. He might have missed the word. Ray Sean said funeral Fab mixtape crazy. That's a fact. I've been telling people, man, they ain't want to listen to me. And now all of y'all saying everything I've been saying. Fab is gonna win that, man. He got joints with what? Tamia, Mariah Carey. He got big boy joints, but Lloyd Banks got big boy joints too. Now don't get it twisted. I'm not saying like Lloyd Banks is whack, trash, nothing. Lloyd Banks is top tier, lyrical. I rocks with him. I like Lloyd Banks' music. I'm just saying. Fab just a little bit more right here, in my opinion. In my opinion, man. That boy is wicked. Ray Sean said Lloyd Banks versus Jim Jones would make more sense. Now that makes sense. I ain't even think about that. That makes sense. And even a Dipset versus G-Unit. That makes sense too. The GOAT said, play devil's advocate. Name one rapper who could beat Fab with money on it. That's a good, interesting question, bro. That can beat Fab with money on it. That could beat Fab with money on it. Name a rapper that could beat Fab with money on it. And I'm going off of Fab time from the DJ Clue all the way up to now. That be spitting that ish. Only one was spitting that ish was Jay-Z all the way up to now. Fab is one of them. He's in the Jay-Z lane to me, man. He said, I feel like Fab could win against Jadakiss. Now that would be a battle off the planet. Oh yeah, Pusha T. I don't know. Pusha T is big dog too now. Pusha T big dog, man. Pusha T big dog, man. But I don't know, man. Between him and Fab, I would have to hear that one. Yeah, I don't know, man. Fab just a different animal. Fab got a better catalog than Jadakiss. I don't know. I would have to, before I would say that right now, publicly right here, I can't say that. Jadakiss them got some joints, man. Jadakiss got some joints, and we already know he was tearing them mixtapes up too now. I don't know about that one. I can't play devil advocate with that. I gotta sit back and analyze and just go back and forth with both of them sitting in the car or something, or in the crib with both of they music side by side. But that would be a good one though. That would be a good one. I gotta analyze that. Y'all saying some good stuff up here. Pusha T hard, but I ain't really, he ain't really a mixtape era dude. He came in kind of with the silver spoon in his mouth with Pharrell and all that. But they be spitting though. Him and his brother's fire. Him and his brother fire, man. I like Pusha T. I met Pusha T when what we was at. I was with Little Kim somewhere, man. We was at a show. I was with Little Kim. We was in a hotel waiting to go to the show, and they was in the same hotel sitting down. Good dudes, man. Showed love, humble in person. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Pusha T. Nah, Pusha T ain't got that many hits like Fab, man. Right, Pusha T got, Ray Sean said, Fabulous got more commercial hits. Facts. The GOAT said Pusha T gonna have to rely on the records. Right, and you know, in the verses, you gotta have 20 songs. So I don't know if it's 20 national big boy songs. Cameron versus T.I. will be good for the culture as well. Yeah. Cam got some flames too. Him and T.I. will be a good one though. You right. Cause Cam got hits. Yeah, that'll be a good one, man. Just I'm sitting here analyzing it right now. I'm analyzing it, Ray Shaw. Yeah, Cam got some joints to go up with T.I. now. Yeah, that'll be a good one. Cam and T.I. will be a real good one, man. I had to analyze it, man. My bro got some hits now. Yes, he do. Anomaly said Cam can't touch T.I. Cam can't touch T.I. I don't know about that one, man. And you know, you can't go off of T.I.'s after Cameron. So when you start hearing, and even though Cameron still was putting out stuff here and there with T.I., Cam was moving into a whole nother lane, and T.I. still was rocking and rolling. Can't go off of that. Ray Sean said, go listen to Come Home With Me album. Go to Confessions of a Fire album. He said, nah, Cam's sick with it. Baby Jesus said the Locks gave Dipset a reality check. I don't think that they went in there prepared for verses, man. That's all that was. They ain't going there prepared for verses. The GOAT said he can't see anybody beating T.I. I don't know about that, man. Cam got some stuff. I would have to sit back and analyze T.I. stuff. And I sat back and analyzed it when it was said. Cameron and T.I. And I know T.I. to have classics. But I know Cameron to have classics. Classics. So I don't know. That one would be a good one right there. It'll be a good one, y'all. Yeah, Swiss Beats got to set it up. Rose said, come on, bro. Locks doing business with Tommy Mottola. That ain't nothing new. Everybody do business with Tommy Mottola, man. What they got to do with anything? Right. Cam been out longer than T.I. And T.I., you know, was dropping hits after hits. So that's why we said you just, you know. But T.I. got that new banger right there. Woo! Baby Jesus said, if they don't pick the right songs at the right time, the timing and all that, they gonna lose no matter who we like. That's the bottom line to it. But they still gotta have classic hits. If you ain't got enough to keep up with the other one, you losing automatically anyway. So they should even have that person in the verses. But T.I. and Cam together, yeah, it gotta be right. Ray Sean said 50 Cent versus Lil Wayne would be fire. I don't know about that one. 50 on some big boy joints too now. I don't know. That might be, I gotta sit back and ponder on that one. Lil Wayne, I don't know, man. That boy got some, oh my goodness, man. I don't know about that one. That's a rough one for me to even play devil advocate with. Ray Sean said Lil Wayne got a catalog, and that's a fact. That boy got a catalog. Mace versus Fab sold out. Because they was used to say Fab have a sound like Mace before and all that too. Which Mace is before Fab time. So, Wayne got too much heat. Stop playing, baby Jesus said. That's a fact, man. 50 Cent versus LL Cool J. Nah, that era difference is way off. LL would have to be in the Rock Kims and the KRS-Ones category, man. That ain't. Even though L got heat now, don't stunt on my boy. Don't stunt on my boy now. His joints is still timeless, up to date with 50 and all that. I'm just saying. Yeah, Wayne ain't do verses yet. They saying like he might not even want to do one. That's what T.I. said. T.I. spoke humble for Wayne. But yeah, y'all, I'm about to get up out of here, man. I got things to do in the morning, man. Appreciate all y'all showing me love, man, for real. But always remember this. That negative stuff that the podcast is always talking about with others, you know, on other celebrities and all that. Just for views. All that's really corny mess. But I know you're going to chime in and listen, because I even sit and listen just so I know how to counteract certain things. But it's all about the dollar. But I like to create my podcast, and it's rising, and I always get good subscribers. People start subscribing once they understand the conversation that I give, because I'm always give it real, because I'm gonna turn a negative into a positive. Nobody said nothing about Jay-Z was at the Super Bowl, but all 2 weeks ago before the Super Bowl, they were saying Jay-Z was on the run from the Epstein files and all that ignorant talk. That right there should have shown. That should have been a smack in the face for the people that put it out, but nobody ever apologized to Jay-Z or his wife. And I'm not no Jay-Z correspondent or none of that. I'm just keeping it real, because at the end of the day, nobody deserves to get that type of ignorance put on them because Epstein files is put out on an ignorant note. Now, if anything that Jay-Z have done, it will come to the light, as well as anybody else will come to the light. But let it come to the light. Let's don't make nothing come to the light. And if there's nothing to come to the light, let's don't make nothing come to the light that's not real reality. And put no bad bone on nobody is all I'm saying. They ain't got nothing on that man doing nothing, because they seen it with the Epstein, or not with the Epstein, with the Harvey Weinstein or whatever. That has nothing to do with nothing. We all been friends with somebody that did foul stuff out here, and we didn't partake in it. They might leave us and go do the foul stuff and then wake up tomorrow and act like they never did nothing, to be like, yo, where you at? Let's go out to eat. We didn't know they did nothing foul. So that's all could have happened with Jay-Z hanging around with Harvey Weinstein. They might have had business deals, but he didn't let Jay-Z know his personal business. And if Jay-Z did anything that was uh, incriminating and foul or whatever, nobody proved that to be correct yet. So don't do that. That's corny. And that's whack. And these podcasts are doing stuff to get some money. And a lot of them don't even come outside. Because they know if they come outside by doing and spreading this type of stuff, will get their heads smacked in real life. Facts, T. If Jay-Z was on the run, he would have never even been to the Super Bowl. That's just the bottom line, period. No podcasters broadcasted that and gave it up, except for Cam Capone, man. And that's just that. So, I'm just saying that to my people, man. Appreciate y'all. Shouts out to my sponsor, once again, Body Design Massage. She do the massages everywhere. She come in the North Carolina area. Hit her up. Body Design. Body _design _massage. Make sure I say that correct, man. People that spread love with me, I gotta spread love back with them. Big facts. Your boy Big Boosie. I'm signing out. Street Knowledge Podcast. Make sure y'all subscribe. Hit that like button. Hit the notification so you know when we up here, we can all have this good conversation, man. Appreciate y'all. I'm out.